So, in this video, let's talk about the conditional sentences or the conditional situations. In French, they are called les hypothèses. Okay, so hypothèse has three elements. First is si, that is if. Then condition, a condition. If the condition is satisfied, then there is résultat or conséquence. Okay. There are many types of hypotheses. In this video, you learn four of them. The first one is si plus présent plus présent. Okay, have a look at the tenses. Si plus présent plus présent. So, let's learn it with an example. Si j'ai du temps libre, je fais du sport. Okay, it is just a fact. Okay, it's a general truth that if I have free time, I do a sport, I play a sport, right? So it is real, not imaginary. It happens, okay? So real, a fact, or you can say general truth, okay? Then we'll take more examples for each, but let's first have a look at the different hypotheses. The second one is si plus présent plus impératif. So here, look at the second part of hypothèse. Okay, impératif, présent. So which hypothèse to use depends on that second part. Okay, that is résultat, conséquence. So based on that, based on our requirement, we choose that hypothèse. So here it's impératif. So why do we use impératif? Remember? Conseil, suggestion, right? So here also, it's the same but with a condition. Example, si tu as du temps libre, fais du sport. Okay, it is not a truth that if you have free time, then you play a sport. No, it is an advice. Okay, or it is a suggestion that I'm giving someone. If you are free, you have free time, then play a sport, do some sport. Okay, so here it is conseil, suggestion. Deuxième hypothèse, right? Then, troisième, si plus présent plus futur simple. Okay, see here we have future simple. So I am going to do something, or that person is going to do something in future. If the condition is satisfied, then that thing will happen in future. Okay, let's take an example, the same type of example. Si j'ai du temps libre, je ferai du sport. Si j'ai du temps libre, je ferai du sport. Okay, so this is also something real, not imaginary, but its consequence or result is in future. So it is not a fact that when I'm free, I do sport. No, it is a likely possibility. Okay, in future. Okay, so if this happens, then this will be done in future. Okay, so that's where we use si plus présent plus futur simple. Okay, so I told you, look at the résultat. Okay, depending on that, we'll choose the hypothèse whenever we need it. And the fourth one is si plus imparfait plus conditionnel présent. Okay, for example, si j'avais du temps libre. Je ferai du sport. So you see, this is not real. Okay, do I have free time, or am I talking about when right now or in future? No. If I had. Okay, so I don't see a possibility right now. Okay, if I had, that's why it is si plus imparfait. Okay, and then it is not future or it's not présent that it is happening, it will happen. No, conditionnel présent. Okay, so it is an imagined situation. Okay, it's not real, it is imagined. Okay, and it is unlikely to happen or almost impossible. Okay, unlikely situation in present or future. Okay, so it is like if I had free time, I would do some sport, I would play a sport, but the reality is I don't have time. I don't have free time. Okay, that's why it is in imperfect past tense. Okay, so it is imagined and unlikely, or we can say like kind of impossible. Okay, now let's take more examples. Okay, for each one of them. Si on fait des exercices here, the first one, si on fait des exercices, on reste en bonne santé. Okay, this is a fact. If we do exercise, we stay in good health. Okay, this is a fact, a reality. Then, s'il neige beaucoup, je fais du télétravail ou je télétravaille. Okay, so if it snows a lot, I work from home. Okay, so it is also a fact, a general truth. That's what I do when it happens, right? So that is si plus présent plus présent. Then si plus présent plus impératif. Si tu as de la fièvre, prends un médicament. Okay, if you have fever, take a medicine. That's it. That's again conseil, suggestion. Okay, then si vous ne venez pas à la fête, informez-nous. Okay. If you are not coming to the party, inform us. Okay. Simple. That's how you use si plus présent plus impératif. Now, si plus présent plus future simple. For that, another example is si tu étudies régulièrement, tu réussiras ton examen. Okay? Or l'examen, anything. If you study regularly, you will succeed or you will pass the exam. Simple. Yes. So that is the consequence in future with a condition in present. Okay. So next is okay, something like on environment, ecology. Si on plante plus d'arbres aujourd'hui, on respirera bien dans le futur. Okay. If we plant more trees today, we'll breathe better in the future. Yes. Again, a consequence in the future of an action. Yes. And here, remember, many people make that mistake of writing si plus future no. Okay, the first part has to be in présent. Okay, the second part, the conséquence, résultat should be in future simple. Okay, so si plus présent plus future simple. And then the examples for the last one. Si j'étais à ta place, je m'inscrirais à ce cours. So, if, okay, it's a condition. If I were at your place, I would enroll in this class. Okay, but I am not at your place. So, I cannot. So, it's an imagined situation. Okay, then, s'ils avaient une voiture, okay, s'ils avaient une voiture. So, the reality is they don't have a car. But if they had, s'ils avaient une voiture, ils ne prendraient jamais de transport en commun. Okay, they would never take a public transport. Okay, that's what the hypothesis is, right? Okay, so voilà, c'est ça pour les hypothèses. I hope you understood. Okay. Okay, and there are some good and important examples that you can actually use. See, this one, then we have this one. Okay, in writing, when in speaking, right? So, and yes, this one is if I were you, okay, not at your place. Okay, plus here doesn't mean the physical place, your home, etc. It's just if I were you, if I were in your place, I would do this. Okay, so that's it. Learn these well and start using. Voila. Merci.